Sean's Vision Studios.
So what's up, guys? This is our first mobility podcast. I'm here with Malik, the Android. So you're gonna be a music producer, correct?
Hopefully.
What do you mean hopefully? You don't see your career taking off in a good way?
Not so much like that. I just feel like I'm gonna have a main career and the producer shit could be on the side. You know?
So what other careers you deciding to go into besides music?
I mean, I'm just thinking like stability-wise, like degree in communications. Like I can take that pretty much anywhere. If I want to do something with it, it'd probably be like therapy. Some shit like that, occupational therapy or something to do with social work.
That's fair enough, because you're looking for a backup plan just in case. I get it.
Shoot, that's the main plan.
So what got you inspired into music anyway?
I've liked music from a young age, honestly. I remember making beats on my phone with my cousin, 7 years old, 7 all the way through like maybe 13. I've always been interested in making beats and like having FL Studio and working with DAWs or digital audio workshops. FL Studio seems to be quite intricate and overwhelming. I've kind of just been avoiding starting on it, even though I like it and like that's what I would want to do. That's why it's been taking me so long.
So what is it going to take you to get back from being overwhelming?
Just raw time in doing, like working with the workshop. Just putting in your hours, just like with everything else. It's all just practice and stuff, like video tutorials, whatever you want to call it. You know, anything that I can use, I would use. As you were saying, like you coming over today, huge kick in the ass, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get something started. Anything, because like, I feel like I overestimate my abilities. Like I'm one of those people that feels like I can thrive in any environment that you put me in, or like any like field that you put me in, as long as like I care about it.
My next question is, do you see yourself becoming a famous producer, music producer, and becoming famous like that, or do you see yourself being in psychology and on the backside?
Like ideally, I would be famous or whatever you want to call it, but like I'm cool with just like having people listen to my stuff and not blowing up to like, you know, Timbaland or like Dr. Dre kind of levels of, you know, producer. Like I'm cool with that, but like that would be dope. I would fuck with that, you know, working with your favorite artists and stuff like that. That's definitely a dream of mine. I'm also like, I know how hard it is, and if you don't do it the right way, especially being a producer, you might not make enough money support that dream. So that's why I'm like, I need some baseline, like some like therapy and shit like that, you know, like something to fund your dream, if that makes sense.
So you're trying to be a music producer or a musician? There's a difference.
It's all the same thing to me personally, because a producer,
you think it's the same thing?
Because a producer, like, it doesn't really have a single, like, term, if that makes sense. Even when I was in high school, I was trying to research, like, oh, how would you become a music producer? There's not a single way to become a producer. It's not just like, oh, this is what you have to do. If you do it by this amount of time, you're good. Like, no, you produce music. It's not like you're only producing the beats. Like, Kanye West, like, started out with just making beats. 5 beats a day for 3 summers, whatever you want to say. And then he took those and he rapped on them shits himself. And that's how he is today. Same thing with Dr. Dre. That's what it is. Yeah.
The difference between a music producer and a musician, and I know you might be watching this. If you do, kudos to you. Thank you for following me. Is Jacoby Shaddix.
Okay.
You know how he started out is back in before you was born, there was a thing called CDs.
Really? No, okay.
And he would go to his idols' shows and say, Papa Roach, Papa Roach CD $5, Papa Roach CD $5. And that brought him to the Warped Tour, where if you knew Warped Tour was, for those who as old as me, and for those who don't know, Warped Tour was for bands that was just trying to make a living.
Yeah. And
they actually did something called Almost Free for the Kids, and it was family oriented, where you didn't have alcohol on, and I'm actually not just saying this, I actually did the research. They didn't have alcohol on the first Warped Tour, and that's because they didn't want the bands to get drunk, so they didn't allow it. But they did have assembly line where people were selling merch, like merchandise, right out on the Warped Tour. So how Kobe Shattuck started, he did Warped Tour, he did it all, and he finally got a call from a music producer to produce his stuff, and when he finally hit, he blew up. And here's something I took from him from an interview that he did, was his first Warped Tour show. They had him on a small stage, and they said, no, this isn't gonna work. We're gonna have you on the main stage. So they put him on the main stage, and he just blew up. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up. Papa Roach, the making of Papa Roach, and the Warped Tour. That's how you would search it. Papa Roach Warped Tour or live interviews. And I was shocked to hear that, but that's how you gotta start. But because the internet is now blowing up, now you're gonna have YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, maybe TikTok. Don't know how many people got famous off of TikTok. That's
Countless.
in the music industry.
Countless.
I don't know.
That should be your main platform.
But I do know people have gone viral off of YouTube and became famous and became well known because of YouTube. So my next question is, now do you understand the difference between the two, musician and producer? Because the producer really has to go out and make the funds. The producer's got to really go out and do chasing the money, see who's going to sign, and he does the booking events, he does it all. So that's the difference between the musician and producing.
Right, but nowadays it's not even like it's as simple as like making an instrumental for somebody to use. Like definitely chasing the artist, definitely like tracking them down, like getting that like interaction with the artist that you desire. At the end of the day, I think it's just the person who's on the track, like vocally, and the person who's behind the scenes. And I'm gonna be the person behind the scenes. That's the difference to me.
There you go. So, do you know the steps that you need to take to become this person that you want to be, besides just sitting here and making the beats? How are you going to exploit your music?
I mean, social media makes it.
Are you going to have like a YouTube channel or something?
That's how it's going to have to be, yeah. That's it. It's literally just all social media. But, like, you can't limit yourself to one platform, if that makes sense. It's going to be TikTok. It's going to be SoundCloud. It's going to be Spotify. It's going to be YouTube. Apple Music, if, you know, you got the money for that. You know, so every avenue possible. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I took a marketing class, so legitimately, like, it's just all, every avenue possible you will use. That's the point.
Now, I graduated from Bristol Community College. And I'm going to Bridgewater State University. Do you think the marketing class would actually help me for what I'm doing? Or do you think it's like a done deal? Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, yeah, I get that. But do you think it would be a waste of my time because I already know the steps of marketing?
I can't really speak for I can't really speak for Bridgewater. To my knowledge, most of the time the classes are like kind of the same, like with the curriculum and how like all the stuff that they cover. To be honest, the only thing that I learned from marketing is the behind the scenes, as in like how much goes into like marketing between like businesses to consumers, businesses to businesses, pretty much the whole shebang, and then all the jargon, all the financial jargon that you gotta know. You could probably learn more from a YouTube video than wasting your time in a class, to be honest. Like, for sure. Especially because my teacher wasn't the best. My teacher was kind of like one of those teachers who just sits behind the desk and kind of lectures at you. Not with you, or like trying to help you engage, like at you. So like he'll ask you some questions, you give him an answer, he's like, okay. And that's pretty much the end of the conversation. He just continues with the class. It's not like he's trying to like make you learn. It's just he just wants you to pass the class. So
did you end up passing the class?
Of course. But like it was annoying.
What was your grade?
I think it was A-, something like that.
Really?
Something like that. I don't know. I don't really, I mean, like, I don't want to say I'm known for, but, like, in my family, like, I'm kind of, like, the smart guy. So, like, in high school, I didn't get that good of a GPA because I wasn't applying myself. But, like, as soon as I'm in high school, I think I have a 3.86 or something right now. So, you know, like, I don't get bad grades like that.
Yeah, that's I used to have better grades when I was in high school than I do in college, but I'm not to say I'm not taking college seriously.
No, yeah. It's not even that though.
It's just the work is just
no, yeah, and then the it's a culmination of all this stuff because like So you can have a shitty teacher, you can have bad assignments, you can have a bad class structure, you can have bad classmates that you have to work with. Like it's a culmination of all of it. So I wouldn't put it all on you, if that makes sense.
So it's almost like going back to marketing then, because
Yeah.
you have, if we think about it, we have this big thing called Google.
Yep.
Google relies on the consumer.
Right.
So the consumer, just like YouTube, for some reason YouTube, I want to say that YouTube has a partnership with Google, because if you don't have a Gmail account,
Everything that you do for YouTube is gonna be associated.
oh,
with
so
Google.
it's still gonna go to Google.
It's gonna go to Google.
So that's why.
I see what you're saying.
That makes it so.
Yeah.
So now as a consumer, that I am on Apple, so I'm owning an Apple device. I haven't tried it with any Apple account. It's trying to make a YouTube. Let's see if I'm allowed to use a YouTube on an Apple account and see if they accept it.
You mean like you haven't tried?
I haven't tried it.
Just because like Google is, since it's so big, they don't want to have like inaccessibility for like one specific like spot. It'd be different because like I know with like China, if they have a product, they're gonna patent it and it's exclusive. It doesn't matter who tries to come after it, you're gonna have to go through China or else.
TikTok?
TikTok, exactly.
TikTok?
So legitimately,
What is it? Skydance or is it or is it the other one? I can't think of the other one. I know there's another app, not an app, but another company that's called Dance, and I'm not sure if it's Sky or the other one I'm thinking off the top of my head, and I can't really think of the name of that one.
Light Dance, maybe? I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I know.
I've heard of Skydance, though.
I know for a fact it's not the LP Dance.
Not too sure. But,
Do I have to explain that you go to a strip club for this?
all right, buddy. Okay. That's his expertise. That's his expertise, not mine, buddy.
No, I'm just saying, like, I know it's some type of dance. I just don't know the exact name for it.
Oh, bro said LP. All right, buddy.
Yeah. No,
Nah,
not Linkin Park, by the way. No, I wasn't thinking Linkin Park.
Who knows what he meant? You'll find out next time. Anyway. But,
so,
okay.
What are you doing from Bristol Community College? I know that you're.
Like, what am I gaining? You mean?
Well, when are you graduating, and what do you expect to? What do you pursue after you graduate?
Well, I'm graduating, I believe, January 2027 or September 2026, somewhere in between there. I plan on going to another college after it, so graduate school. I'm 2 years in for Bristol Community, and I don't know. I haven't really researched like what school I want to go to. I need something that's gonna lock me in with an internship after I go to school. I mean, most of the state schools do that, but like lock me in with an internship. I want to make sure the classes that I'm taking actually like matter to me.
Yes. As a film production and as a filmmaker, we filmmakers struggle with one thing in common. I don't get it, and that is copyright with music.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And that's what I'm saying.
I can't even put a YouTube video out there without the music because then I don't gain the audience.
Right.
But if I don't gain my audience, I need to have the music up there.
Right.
So having someone like you in my back pocket would always help me out in the long run because I say, hey Malik, sue me if you want, but I'm telling you this right now for my viewers, if you make music for me, I'm going to ask you to see if I can use your music for my videos that I make. If that video makes money, I'll give you a percentage on that.
Which is cool, but like...
But there's also the other thing is, when I'm making those videos for you, giving you the credit on that, whatever money you make from being exploited onto my YouTube channel, that's yours to keep. So I'm making two videos. Let's just say this. So I'm making one video, but for two people. So I'm making a video for myself,
For you,
and then for you, because now you're gonna get the hard copy as an agreement for free. Because why? Because you gave me music, so I can put you out there. So that's where the trade comes off. So you have that for your own YouTube channel.
Right. Which makes sense.
And if it gets copyrighted, call me up and we're gonna deal this together. Because
yeah, no, we'll take you to court at that point. But like, nah, bro. Like that's also like an avenue that I could take with communications. Like, I can do copywriting if I wanted to. So that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Like that would be perfect for me to like truly understand like how it works. even though I don't think copywriting in itself is like hard to understand, it's just more like what goes into it, if that makes sense, because there's a lot of strings attached with copyright. That kind of understanding would be helpful for me as a producer. It's gonna be a boring desk job I'll probably enjoy, which is like occupational therapy or something like that, or like social work, because I love helping people. Like even just after this one like little volunteer thing that I did for PACA, I love that feeling of like helping people out and then like genuinely like appreciative of my work or of like my service. I'll figure it out though.
So you said you want to go into what is it?
Occupational therapy.
Yeah.
You can do copywriting or social work. And
Occupational therapy. If say you don't make it into the music industry and you
Yeah.
want to do that,
yeah.
what do you see yourself doing in occupational?
I mean, your normal therapy session. Like you call up a therapist and you talk to the person about their problems or their situation that they have going on, and you just give them advice would better their situation. Same thing with like PACA, like substance abuse. First and foremost, get your substance abuse in check. If you get that in check, then you can take another step from the ground up until you get that in sorted. It's gonna be hard. How do I say, like make a routine or like a schedule you to abide by, or like rules that you should abide by. Because as soon as you add substance into it, it's kind of just like you almost twist those rules, because I know you deal with this, or you have dealt with this, or maybe you have a family member who has dealt with this. Okay, take marijuana for example. Oh, I'm gonna do this assignment. Okay, sure. When are you gonna do it? Oh, I gotta do it by 6 p.m. today. Okay. Go and hang out with your friends at like what, 9 a.m. Sure. That's a really early time to hang out with your friends, but shoot, you got hella time, right? No. As soon as you go there and you hang out with them, you start smoking, you just completely forget about that assignment. Come due time to do that assignment, you're gonna be like, nah, fuck it, I'll eat the F. I don't care. I'm gonna just do it tomorrow. Like, no.
When you said when you're saying substance abuse, it doesn't just happen with substance abuse. It happens with a lot of people that
for sure.
That don't.
For sure.
But I get it in your case. It's important for you to stay on track, because as soon as you hit something,
yeah. Exactly.
The bottle,
you gonna be
the needle,
yeah, the smoke, everything, bro.
Anything like that, you're definitely gonna lose your concentration on everything. You're gonna forget about it, and you're not even gonna get anything done.
Not even anything, everything, bro, everything, like literally everything. You ever realize? I don't know if you dealt with this in smoking or using substances. In daily use, you can't, or maybe this is just me, but I find it extremely hard to take a step back and like look at my options as to like what I'm supposed to do in this situation. Okay, I'm not happy. Cool. What should I do about this? If I'm smoking, it's gonna be way harder to understand what I should actually do. Which is why you sit there and you talk to your therapist, they're gonna be like, hey, you dropped that. It's gonna be way easier, bro. Like, way easier. You don't gotta do cold turkey.
I used to work with guys that worked while they were high. I'm not gonna name the company I was working for, but they, just to see them to work, it's like, dude, you work a lot better when you're high than you're sober. And then they're like, because they do circles around me. But I know for certain people, if they got ADD, ADHD, sometimes the depends on the substance, relaxes them and it makes them better.
Right.
For me, it's drinking. And I don't mean drinking alcohol daily. For me, I can just have like 1 beer or 2 sips and I can still get my homework done.
Right.
I got a B in my screenwriting class. Here's the kick. I had a deadline, screenwriting class. And Holly Dunn, you and me, by the way, because I had to do my story and your story at the same time. And for those who want to know about Holly Dunn's story, just take a look, chop her up. Me and her have the same exact story, except that she found her killer. I didn't. So I was writing her story up, screenwriting the play, screenwriting everything. I only got up to 7 pages full, made it like to 2 or 3 lines on the 8th page. The whole thing is to write 8 pages. My teacher wanted between 8 to 10. I did 7 to 8. And I got a B instead of an A. And I was like, hey, I'll take that grade, for seriously. And I will be happy with that. I looked at that, I was like, yeah. And I got a B plus out of that class. So, and that was because I was concentrating while I was writing, I was drinking. Like I said, not heavily, but I was drinking like maybe like 1 or 2 sips to help me concentrate. Sat down, knocked it out, and I did this 2 or 3 days before it was due.
Right.
And I just plugged it in. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought I plugged it in until I got to class. My class says, no, you need to write it. I was like, I thought I did. She goes, no. Let me show you what you missed. Oh, okay. Because it's like one of those things you have to do every day.
Right.
If you don't understand what's going on to submit it correctly. I didn't. I thought I knew how to submit it correctly. I thought I did. No, I missed it. I was like, oh, okay. But at least it was all typed up in perfect format the way that she asked for it.
Right.
So for substance abuse, it works, but it's only working for the people who are strong enough to say, I don't need it. I don't want it today. This is not for me, because as soon as I touch that, I know some people, as soon as they touch that alcohol, weed, whatever, they get hooked. And it's hard for them to get off.
Damn right. For any substance abuse or any, like, vice, per se. Because you can even say, like, sex is an addiction. And as you were saying, like, porn addiction wasn't really a thing back in the day.
I'm gonna be honest, I never heard of porn or even sex or anything like that being addicted, but as I looked at it, I was just like, it's just part of life. But it's not just part of life. Part of money making when it comes down to it. And I was just like, holy shit, people are actually selling their bodies just for the money, and they're not calling themselves prostitutes. But I'm like, that's the same thing as being a prostitute.
Exactly.
So
Same thing. What do you think a porn star is? It's just a camera behind it, bro.
And that's the only difference.
And then, you know
that's
why,
the only
difference. Why being a porn star is legal and being a prostitute isn't legal? Because it's making the, like, company money, therefore contributing to the economy, therefore the government can't be hating. It's all money at the end of the day. So, like, when I sit here and I say, like, okay, yeah, substance abuse, bro, like, you gotta get that shit in check, I truly mean it. Sex, drugs, alcohol, you can call your phone an addiction if you're fucking scrolling all day. It's the same shit. It's all the same shit. All they want you to do is be pretty much a mindless drone paying your taxes at the end of the year. That's what they want you. Yep. And I was trying to explain that to my mom, and she's like, nah, it's not that. Like, yes, it is.
Yeah?
Oh, it is. It really is. So,
as another calm person, I'm going to agree with that, because that's what we learned in Calm from Rick Rabello. Was everything can be addiction when you just have to know where you stand. Just like you said, the difference between a prostitute and a porn star. Porn star makes all this great money, but are they doing drugs behind the scene? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know, but there's going to be, like, guidelines put in place. The difference truly is just the organization, like, keeping them in check, almost as if they were a pimp, per se. Like, with
they pretty much are a pimp.
Exactly. So with prostitution, it's kind of like there's no regulation. So then now it's a problem. But when they seize control of it, why do you think there's dispensaries across the damn world now? Or across the damn country? Not the world, but, like, across the country. It's like, bro, they finally found a way, like, oh shit, this is a market. People will buy this. Like, they will go out of their way to get their med cards or wait until they're 21 just to buy weed. And we're going to distribute it. And now it's not illegal. It's not rocket science, bro.
The only thing that's going to stay illegal is cocaine and the rest of it. But
which is, yeah, but it doesn't mean nobody does it. Normal for people to use. Why do you think it was so normal in the fucking 80s? You give no fuck. You give nothing.
Actually, it goes before that. It goes back to the as far as I know.
Oh yeah.
It goes to the Vietnam War.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it, because they had to use that shit to cope with the fucking horrors that they were seeing in that shit.
So I think my grandfather, who was a Vietnam veteran,
it's just insane, bro.
He served in the airborne. The famous airborne, I think it was 67. I'm not sure if it was 63 or 67. I forget which one it is. But he was on the morgue, and he was telling me how much drugs and how much his buddies got fucked up off of that stuff.
Exactly.
And he always went down to the meeting that the veterans had.
Yeah.
Because of alcohol, because of this.
Like an AA meeting, essentially.
It wasn't it's not an AA meeting, veterans meeting for people who didn't know how to cope with their own issues. Because it wasn't just for drugs. It was a meeting that,
like PTSD and shit like that.
Well, his thing was alcohol and drugs, because he served in the Vietnam War.
Right.
Now, I can't say if he did any drugs during the time of Vietnam. I don't know And to this day, I can't know because that was my step-grandfather. Yeah, that was my step-grandfather. My original biological grandfather, he served in the U.S. Navy.
Alright.
So right now I'm talking about my step-grandfather on my mother's side. He was an alcoholic, as far as I know, and he went to these veteran meetings at the Veterans Transition House. So those are the guys who were homeless vets that needed some type of coping, and he always made coffee every day for these guys. I think it was every day, unless he had a meeting, and he was going to these things like, I think 30 or 40, maybe 50 years before he passed away. Yeah. So it was serious to him. But the sad story is that what happened to him, from what I heard from my grandmother, not from him, but what I heard from my grandmother, my mother's mother, I should say, is before he left to Vietnam, even to boot camp, his mother took her own life away. And then they wanted to process him into the morgue. It's like, yo, he just found his mother hung by a she found her hung in his backyard from a tree after he just got accepted to the army. Whoa, talk about mindset, mind fuck. Like, yeah, that shit is real.
It's fucking horrible, bro. I'm sorry. And it's not like you experienced that yourself, but like, it's still a fucked up thing to hear, bro. I can't imagine like going through that and then you're like, yep, off to the army. Not even off to the army, off to the Vietnam fucking war, where it wasn't even justified for real.
2 weeks, 2 weeks after he graduated boot camp, they stuck him into Vietnam. And he didn't even get his 2 weeks to even rest from boot camp. They said, yep, 2 weeks, yeah, guess where you're going? Straight into the army and straight into the morgue. That's where we're putting him. That was his MOS.
They care about you, trust me.
Oh yeah, sure.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, they care about their veterans.
Oh, exactly. Especially the veterans. God forbid the veterans, bro. You know there's so many goddamn associations and institutions, like, dedicated to helping veterans and making sure that they have the things that they need. Having not even, I mean, you can say like, okay, now that they're older, they might not need cars, they might not need to drive, but like making sure they have cars, making sure they have food on their table, making sure they have shelter. Like they don't give a shit about you, bro.
Like one of the stories that I carried with me, but yeah, I want to go to the Marine Corps. I really did. I wanted to be a vet, and my MOS would have been video production, because it's something I was good at.
Holy shit, that would have been tough.
It was something I was good at. It's something that I was not gonna lie. Out of 30 high schools in Massachusetts, my very first video came in first place. My teacher goes, hey, Show Alexander goes, Sean, come here. I want to tell you something. What's up? How would you like to go to your very first filmmaker competition? How many schools are involved? She goes, 30. From Massachusetts? Yeah, I'm good. Sean, you might want to do this. A video that you made the first time. Just think about it, how good you were making it. Keep talking. She goes, do I win any money? No. You get free food, and you get a day out of class. Day out of class? Day out of school? Yep. I get to wear my suit? Yep. Sign me up. Put it in. See you later. Let's go. And that's what sold it to me. And then I didn't think I was going to win first place. And look what happened. I won first place. I said, I'm going to do this from now on for the rest of my life, because that was my inspiration. And to keep going from 2002 and to now is my passion has always been videos. I always wanted to be better and get really, really good. But right now I'm hoping, because I can't hear our sound, luckily I have another camera that's picking up this conversation where I can edit this one and maybe edit that one. But I definitely I'm hoping that this works. Even everything is on right now, but there's just no sound coming out of it. So I'm kind of afraid.
Yeah.
Right at this moment.
You have a right to be afraid, bro. We were talking about some real ass shit. So
I'm just hoping that one makes it up. Like I said, that one's got a better glare at us, and I know I should have put that camera over here, but
no, that's cool, bro. It's first mobile podcast.
But it's gonna be messed up.
That story is insane, bro. So like, genuinely, bro, I believe in you.
Yeah, I just need to help exploiting it, just like I'm gonna try to help you exploit your music thing. So you said you played some music.
No, brother, no.
You just want to give me like a real quick tune? You don't want to show these guys what you can do with a guitar?
There's nothing like, I'm good at improvising. That's essentially what I'm good at, bro.
Improvising.
That's essentially what it is, bro. Essentially. Like, as soon, if I have, like, the tools in front of me, I can improvise, bro.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, that's why, like, when it comes to this FL Studio shit, there's not much improvisation. I think that's the word. But there's not much improvising. It's kind of just, like, you gotta know what you want to make beforehand. Or else you're gonna just make some just some hoopla. So, but I appreciated talking to you, seriously.
Alright, this is Sean with Sean's Vision Studios. This is Malik Andrade.
Yep.
We're out. Talk to you guys in the next podcast with another guest. Hopefully this will be a lot better than what this one is,
Hey.
if not the same.